In this video, I will be talking to you about the 5 most interesting projects within Avalanche ecosystem. You definitely don't want to miss out on these projects, so I highly recommend that you watch until the end of the video. And I've got a goodie nature video for you at the end. My name is Kierin and you're watching The Decentralized Lifestyle. I'm currently in Costa Rica on a beautiful beach and I'm sharing with you these 5 Avalanche ecosystem gems, and I've got an awesome thread by DeFi Edge. I'll link it down below so you can follow him, and I also like to thank him for creating this thread because it's an awesome thread. By the way, before we get started, make sure you follow me on Twitter, yourdefiguide, and we've got an upcoming masterclass showing you guys how to time the markets, get an edge in the markets by buying the bottoms and selling the tops. Highly recommend that you check out the free masterclass, link is in the description below. So let's start with some of the benefits from the Avalanche ecosystem, as the TVL has been rising incredibly over the last few weeks. So it's already in the top 10 project by market cap and one of the top choices for people who can't afford DeFi on Ethereum. So the gas fees are really low and the transaction per second is really fast. So if you interact with an app, your transactions go through rather fast. And there's another cool feature coming to the Avalanche ecosystem, and that is subnets. So you can imagine Avalanche is a layer 1. It's a highway, and subnets are like motorways on each side of the highway, making sure that the highway doesn't get clogged. So every layer 1 always runs into the same problems, which is high gas fees and not being able to scale for the mass of people that is entering into the ecosystem. You can look at this graph here, which is a good representation. You've got the main network, which is the layer 1, and then you can have the exchange, the X chain, then you've got the platform P chain, and underneath these P chains are different subnets, so blockchains, which could be for decentralized exchanges, for GameFi, dApps, and many other ones. Let's continue with some awesome metrics for the Avalanche ecosystem. So it's a number 4 in total value locked. That means the amount of people that are actually locking up the avax and other assets within the Avalanche ecosystem. It's got around 2 million active addresses and growing. So the daily transactions are around 1 million per day, which is fantastic. So all of the prices are going up and the price of AVAX has been lagging behind the fast growth of the ecosystem. So let's look at dApp number 1. And dApp number 1 is not a new player in the market. It's basically Traderjoe, but they've refined their tokenomics and got some new juicy upgrades. So it's got a market cap of $214 million. It's the number 1 decentralized exchange on the Avalanche ecosystem. But they've got a completely new revamp of the tokenomics. They're getting rid of xjoe, which was a type of staking model to earn more joe, but it wasn't that great as the joe tokens were diluted, so you'd have like super high inflation. Now instead of xjoe, you've got rjoe, sjoe, and vejoe, and each one of them has their own benefits. So first of all, rjoe is for participating in launchpads and new projects that are within the Avalanche ecosystem. You can participate, for example, get in early on Thief Guild, and you can only participate by going through the Traderjoe launchpad. Then you've got sjoe for stablecoins. If you want to earn some more stablecoins by staking joe, you can actually buy some sjoe. You receive a share of the revenue in stablecoins, and that's fantastic. Then last but not least, you've got vejoe, which is farm boosters. Basically, by staking this vejoe, you can get more rewards with other farms. So that is pretty awesome. Other decentralized exchanges haven't really performed that well in terms of price action, but hopefully with the revamp of tokenomics, Traderjoe is gonna have some positive growth as soon as the markets become more bullish. The second app on the list is Platypus DeFi. Super exciting stablecoin AMM. It's got a market cap of $68 million, and this is definitely on my buying list for the next capitulation event. Platypus DeFi allows for native stablecoin swaps on AVAX with very low slippage. So number 1 way to earn some passive income using Platypus DeFi is, first of all, you stake your stablecoins. When you're staking your stablecoins, you can actually earn some P2P. This P2P, you can actually stake it to increase your rewards. There are some calculators available. I link them down below. Then another option that you have is actually providing PTP liquidity pair. You can actually go into the PTP AVAX and then on Beefy Finance for 807% APY, which is just incredible. Just keep in mind that using Beefy Finance and you're just like subjected to much more smart contract risks. DApp number 3 is Defrost Finance Mill. It's a project I've actually been looking at quite a bit, but with the uncertain market situation, I haven't really gone and bought myself a big bag. I'm waiting for things to come down a bit. So the market cap is rather low at the moment. I think it's only 7.2. I think it went up a little bit to $9 million. It's a combination of abracadabra plus boosting mechanisms for AVAX. So basically you stake your AVAX and you can create their stablecoin, which is called H2O. There are many staking options for Mill. You can earn like 200% APY, which is incredible, and the market cap is really low. The other thing is that it's a competitor to the MIM, Magic Internet Money stablecoin, and that's like, it's a bit flaky at the moment because of the whole conundrum with Danya Sesta and Zero Sifu. Yeah, it's not really clear where that's going, so it might be good to maybe hedge against that. DApp number 4 is so exciting. DeFikingdoms of Harmony is actually moving to the Avalanche ecosystem, and the app that is coming out on Avalanche ecosystem is called Crystal Veil, and that's awesome because Defikingdoms on Harmony is a fantastic gamified decentralized exchange, lending and borrowing protocol. It's basically everything in this gamified world. The cool thing is that Avalanche has a much larger user base, which means that it's probably just going to explode. At the moment, the market cap of Defikingdoms is 536 million. It's gone down quite a bit after the 21 of January crash, but I believe it's still got a lot of potential. So one of the awesome plays that you can actually do is to actually provide liquidity for Joe and the Crystal, because as soon as Crystal Veil launches, you can actually bridge some Joe over to AVAX. Like that, you can actually stake Joe and earn a Crystal. The last dApp on this list is Play Crabada. It's a play-to-earn game which is very similar to Axie Infinity. It's got a market cap of $100 million, a fantastic GameFi project, and I'll definitely be diving more into these GameFi projects like Crystal Veil and Play Crabada if there's enough interest in this video. So let me know down below if you'd actually like more deep dives on one of these projects. And with that said, thanks a lot to the DeFi Edge for creating this fantastic tweet thread. Follow him, I'll link it down below. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye. This one?